Hello, TK students. It's Mrs. Belatash, and I just wanted to remind you that we are going to be talking about the earth. We went out to take a look at our tree, and we saw a whole bunch of rocks that were on the ground underneath some of the leaves. So I collected some of those rocks, and here's some of them. And you guys have some rocks in your kit. So you can open up your kit and take out the rocks. And you probably still have your magnifying glass from the first time that you had from your first kit. So you're going to use your magnifying glass. And I have a question. How are these rocks different? Just like when we were looking at trees and leaves, we are going to observe the rocks. Observe, to look carefully. And we're going to describe them. We're going to look at the colors. We're going to look at the shape. We're going to look at the textures. It's smooth or rough or bumpy. And we're going to compare these rocks. So let's get started. Here are some of the rocks that I got from underneath the tree in the playground. So I want to start observing them. I want to start looking at them and describing them and see if we can come up with some ways that they are the same and ways that they are different. So I'm going to look, I think I'm going to look at this. Ooh, look at this rock. This rock is very sparkly. Do you see the sparkles on this rock? When I turn it in the light, it sparkles. This rock doesn't sparkle. I don't see any sparkles on this one. There's no light bouncing off of it. So, this rock does not sparkle. This rock does. That's one way these rocks are different. Is there something else you see between these two rocks that's different? I think this rock is smooth, and this rock is really jagged and rough and bumpy. It's not smooth. This rock is mostly gray. I don't see a lot of colors in this rock. This rock has several colors. I see black. I see pink. I see white. This is a very colorful rock. Wow, we came up with a lot of ways that these rocks are different. Let's look at some other rocks. Here are two more. This one is very interesting. Ooh, look at this. It's kind of, looks like kind of rusty on this side. Ooh, it's sparkly again. This one is sparkly like the other one was sparkly. Does this one have a lot of different colors? It's mostly light green. Let's look at this one. Ooh, this one seems to have more than one color. So this one seems to have more color. This one has just one color. What's another thing that's different about these rocks? This rock is bigger and this rock is smaller. I have two more rocks that are different. This rock is white. This rock is brown. But there's some things that are the same. This rock is very, very bumpy, and it has a lot of holes. This rock is also very, very bumpy, and it also has a lot of holes. But there's something that's very different about these rocks. This one is smaller, this one is bigger, but this rock, boys and girls, this rock comes from a volcano. This rock comes from molten lava that has lots of bubbles in it. And when it cools, the lava bubbles pop and there are holes left in the rock. This rock, all of the holes come from something very different. This rock is full of shells. There are a lot of fossils in this rock. Wow! This rock was not from a volcano. This rock is from the ocean. I shared some of my rocks with you. Now, you guys, you need to share your rocks with one another. Talk about how your rocks are different. Are they different sizes? Are they different colors? Does one have one color? Does one have lots of color? Please get out your science notebook, and we are going to write about rocks. So we're going to go to the next page, and it says, how are rocks different? Well, we just talked about that, didn't we? We talked about how rocks are different. And so this is what I did. I drew a picture of a smooth rock. And then I drew a picture of a bumpy rock. And I wrote, you don't have to write, but I wrote that one was smooth and one was bumpy. I could have also said that one was gray and one was colorful. I could have also said that one was big and one was small. There are lots of different ways that our rocks are different, right? So you guys choose 2 rocks and draw a picture of your rocks. Show me one thing that is different about your rocks. Okay, I'll see you next week, Cougars.